straight back up again.
Pull back, pull back.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, smash that subscribe button so you never miss a wild weather story like this one. It started with just a whisper, a cold gust ripping off Lake Michigan. But within hours, the entire region got absolutely buried. We're talking Illinois, Indiana, the whole Great Lakes area, swallowed by a surprise early season monster blizzard. Highways? Gone. Turned into these eerie, silent ribbons of ice. Cars just vanished under massive drifts. Schools didn't even wait for sunrise, they shut down before dawn. By morning, places like Kankakee County and northwest Indiana were staring at nearly a foot of snow. Streets frozen solid, like someone hit pause on the whole neighborhood. This wasn't your cozy, first snowfall vibe. This storm showed up early and angry. Meteorologists were scrambling, throwing around words like bomb cyclone and lake effect on steroids. For millions of us around the Great Lakes, winter didn't ease in, it body slammed us. No permission asked, no warning given. By midnight, the Midwest wasn't just cold, it was a full-on battleground between Arctic air and the still warm waters of Lake Michigan. Picture this, freezing winds screaming south, slamming into the lake like a freight train. That clash? It sparked super narrow, but absolutely vicious lake effect snow bands. And these things? They parked themselves over the same towns for hours. We're talking snow dumping at 2 inches per hour. Yeah, you heard that right, 2 inches every single hour. In Kankakee County, Illinois, totals shot past a foot of snow before the sun even thought about coming up. Crossed the state line into Lell, Indiana? Folks there were shoveling almost 10 inches off their driveways in the dark. Here's the craziest part. The line between, it's flurrying, and holy crap, we're buried, was literally just a couple miles. One suburb's brushing off their windshield, the next one over can't see their mailbox. Visibility dropped to 0. We're talking walls of snow so thick you couldn't see the house across the street. All you could hear were plow trucks roaring through deserted streets, their headlights barely cutting through the whiteout like little lighthouse beams in a hurricane. Thousands of people woke up before dawn, peeked out their window, and saw the same thing, their world erased in white. Look, this wasn't your average dusting or flurries likely forecast. This was winter drawing a hard line in the snow and saying, I'm not backing down. The Great Lakes turned into snow machines, and the Midwest paid the price. So picture this. It's still dark out, like 3, 4 in the morning, and the snow is coming down sideways. Interstate 57, I-65, US 41? Gone. Just a white blanket as far as you can see, which honestly was maybe 5 feet. Winds gusting 35, 40 miles an hour, whipping drifts across the lanes faster than the plows can even keep up. Cars spinning out left and right, semis jackknifing and blocking everything. Traffic backed up for miles. Hundreds of people stuck in their cars with the heat running low and temps dropping way below freezing. State troopers and first responders are out there battling the storm just to reach people. Some drivers ditched their cars and started walking to find anywhere warm. Police scanners? Non-stop. Crashes, power outages, cars totally buried. Officials were like, do not get on the roads. Travel's anywhere from dangerous to straight up impossible. Even the pros were crawling. Ambulances stuck to back roads. Snowplows carving these narrow little paths just wide enough for rescue rigs to squeeze through. In some neighborhoods, people fired up their snowblowers and even tractors to clear their own streets because the city trucks couldn't get there fast enough. Overnight, the whole Midwest just shut down. Those big, busy highways? Silent. All you could hear was the wind screaming, tow trucks flashing red and blue, and that endless wall of white closing in. Super cold Arctic air blasts down from Canada and slams into Lake Michigan. The lake's still hanging on to fall vibes with water temps around 50 degrees. That frigid air races over the warmer water, picks up a ton of moisture and heat, shoots straight up, and boom, turns into thick, heavy snow clouds. It's like a non-stop snow machine, parked in one spot, dumping inches by the hour. These lake effect bands are sneaky. One neighborhood gets buried under feet of snow, while 5 miles down the road, barely a dusting, total localized chaos. At the peak, radar lit up over places like Cook County, Illinois, and northwest Indiana. Snow was falling at over 2 inches an hour. Some folks even reported thunder snow. Yep, lightning flashing through the blizzard, thunder rumbling in the dark. Creepy, right? It's rare, but it shows just how much energy this storm was packing. The National Weather Service didn't hold back. They said this could go down as one of the heaviest early-season snowfalls in the past 10 years. An unforgettable kickoff to winter around the Great Lakes. Families crammed around little space heaters while the wind outside is straight up screaming. Windows rattling, doors shaking, the whole house feels like it's about to lift off. In central Illinois, 68-year-old Bill Hendress is out at 5 a.m. trying to shovel his driveway. Snow's already past his knees. He told me, "I couldn't even see my neighbor's porch light. It was like the whole world just disappeared in a wall of white." Over the state line in Lowell, Indiana, single mom Anna Perez and her 2 kids are piled under every blanket they own. Power flickers, then dies. Anna said, "You just sit there listening to that wind and pray it stops soon." First responders are out on snowmobiles, going door to door, checking on seniors and families stuck in pitch-black houses. Plow drivers are pulling 16-hour shifts just to keep the main roads open. Volunteers are loading up pickups with meals and blankets for the elderly. Shelters are filling fast with drivers who got stranded on the interstate. For a lot of us, this wasn't just a snowstorm. It was a fight against the cold, the dark, and feeling totally cut off. But here's the thing, even in the worst of it, people showed up for each other. Strangers digging out strangers, neighbors checking in, crews working around the clock. When nature throws its hardest punch, that's when we see the Midwest at its best. More than 120 snowplows and a fleet of salt trucks from both states' transportation departments hit the roads hard, slicing open lanes on highways that looked more like skating rinks. State troopers teamed up with National Guard crews to pull stranded drivers to safety and drop off fuel and hot food to anyone stuck overnight. The governors didn't hesitate. They declared emergencies right away, unlocking cash and extra hands for local teams on the ground. In Chicago, warming centers swung open for anyone without heat as the thermometer dipped into the low 20s. Hundreds of schools in Lake and Cook counties either shut down completely or switched to online classes. Power crews spread out across Kane and Lake counties, fixing lines that got taken down by heavy, wet snow and fallen tree limbs along Lake Michigan's shoreline. Out on the water, Coast Guard teams kept an eye on shifting ice flows and helped secure small boats that had snapped loose in the surge. When the sun finally came up, the full picture hit home. Smashed up cars, intersections buried under drifts, whole neighborhoods looking like ghost towns. But that's when the real Midwest spirit kicked in. Neighbors grabbed shovels, formed bucket brigade lines, and cleared paths for elderly folks and dug out pets that got trapped. One scoop at a time, communities started digging out, together. It's moments like these that remind us why people say the Heartland's got grit. After that monster storm finally let go, we woke up to a whole new world out there. Everything was quiet, totally frozen, and sparkling under a weak winter sun. For a split second, it almost looked peaceful. Roads turned into solid ice sheets, trees sagging under piles of snow, and the air so cold it felt like it stopped moving. But that calm, it was hiding the real story. This wasn't just any snow day. Winter showed up with a serious wake-up call. Weather experts called it a once-in-a-decade lake effect bomb. But here's the thing, scientists are warning us. These crazy storms might not stay rare anymore. With climate patterns changing and the Great Lakes getting warmer, storms like this can spin up quicker, slam harder, and hang around longer. Warmer water means more moisture evaporating into the air, basically extra fuel for snow machines like Lake Michigan. So what does this mean for us? Simple but kind of heavy. We can't wait until the first flake hits to get ready. Stock up on extra blankets, keep your gas tank full, make sure your phone's charged, and have a real emergency kit ready to go. Those little things can keep a bad situation from turning dangerous. And for our towns and cities, it's time to get serious about tough infrastructure. Reliable power lines, better snowplows, the whole deal. It's not optional anymore. As soon as the sun peeked through that frosty haze the next morning, the whole region started coming back to life. You could hear shovels scraping sidewalks, Snow plows rumbling down the street, carving out those skinny little paths just wide enough for a car. Kids in puffy coats were out there rolling giant snowballs, building lopsided snowmen right next to cars still half buried under drifts. For a few minutes, laughter drowned out the eerie quiet from the night before. From the wide-open fields of Kankakee County all the way to the snow-packed roofs in northwest Indiana, people stepped outside ready to fight back. Not beaten down, but tougher than ever. Neighbors checked on each other, passed around steaming mugs of coffee, even cleared driveways for total strangers. Yeah, the storm shut everything down and cut us off, but it also pulled us together. Once the power flickered back on and the main roads opened up again, one thing hung in that crisp, cold air. The first big storm of the season is never just about the snow. It's a heads up, a gut check, and a guarantee that more are on the way. And every single time, the Midwest answers the same way, with grit, kindness, and that rock-solid resolve to keep going. Yeah, that about sums it up. So if you're in the Midwest right now, bundle up, charge your phones, and maybe keep an extra shovel in the trunk. Because if this storm taught us anything, it's that winter's not waiting for Thanksgiving to start throwing punches. Drop a comment below. Did you get hit by this beast? How much snow did you wake up to? And if you liked this deep dive into Mother Nature's mood swings, hit that like button and ring the bell.